Bettas have a reputation for being aggressive, but the truth is, it depends. Some are calm and tolerant, while others prefer to be completely alone. It really comes down to the individual Betta's personality, tank size, and how carefully tank mates are chosen. If you're a new aquarist or still getting to know your Betta, there's absolutely nothing wrong with keeping them solo. In fact, many Bettas thrive in peaceful solitary tanks where the space is all their own. It reduces stress, prevents injuries, and keeps things simple. But if you're interested in adding tank mates to the mix, it can work as long as the tank is large enough, at least 10 gallons, has plenty of plants and hiding spots, and you're choosing the right species. Some peaceful tank mate options include Nerite or Mystery Snails, Neocaridina or Amano Shrimp, and fish like Ember Tetras, Pygmy Corydoras, Harlequin Rasboras, or Chili Rasboras. If you're keeping a male Betta, never house it with another male. They'll fight constantly. Female Bettas can sometimes be kept together in groups, known as a sorority, but this requires a much larger tank and lots of cover to allow each fish its own territory. As for tank mates, avoid guppies, since their long flowing tails and bright colors often trigger aggression. You'll want to avoid fin nippers like tiger barbs or certain danios, as they can quickly stress or injure your Betta. Here's a tip when selecting a Betta. See if your local fish store has any kept in a community tank. If the Betta seems calm and ignores its tank mates, it could be a good choice for your setup. If it's flaring, chasing, or guarding its space, it's probably best kept alone. If you're picking one kept in an individual container, it's really a 50-50 as it might be peaceful or it might not. If you're setting up a new tank, introduce the tank mates first and give them time to settle in before adding the Betta. Once your Betta is added, keep a close eye on things for the first few days. Even Bettas that seem peaceful at the store can become territorial in a new space. I always recommend having a backup tank or container ready, just in case you need to rehome the Betta or one of its tank mates. It's always better to be prepared than risk losing any of your inhabitants. When I selected Sonic, he came from a tank with other fish. That's how I knew he was likely to be peaceful. When I set up his aquarium, I was confident he'd get along with the Pygmy Corydoras I planned to add, but I wasn't sure about the snowball shrimp. Thankfully, he ignored them too. Before Sonic, I had another Betta who was much more aggressive. My Amano Shrimp would constantly hide from him, and when I moved him to another tank, he started chasing the Neocaridina shrimp around. At the time, I had green jade shrimp, which are quite dark, so I changed the substrate to something darker as well, hoping they'd blend in better. Surprisingly, that worked. He stopped bothering them, and it wasn't until later that I learned why. Bettas don't have the best eyesight. They can see colors and motion fairly well, especially bright or fast-moving things, but their focus and depth perception aren't great. That's why they sometimes miss when going after their food or flare at their own reflection, thinking it's another fish. So whether you decide to keep your Betta alone or with carefully selected tank mates, the key is observation. Watch for signs of stress, flaring, chasing, or hiding. Every Betta is different, and if they show signs of discomfort, it's perfectly okay to keep them solo. At the end of the day, their well-being always comes first.